Hey YouTubers, it is video time. I'm just gonna there we go. I'm trying to do a video on my new phone. I don't know how this is gonna work out. I'm just trying to find out. I think the camera's over here. Yes, it is. Anyway, weigh in. I'm 183, doing well in maintenance, making some crappy decisions with food, but it's all working out in the end. Firstly, I've been noticing this trend on YouTube, Naked November. I would like to assure you that I will not be participating in Naked November. There's, bearing it all, and then there's bearing it all. And, if you want to participate in that, feel free. I don't judge. I just will not be participating in Naked November. Yeah. I had some non-scale victories lately that I wanted to share. I had to go on a business trip, and I had to fly from where I live to Toronto, and then from Toronto to Regina, Saskatchewan, and then we rented a car from Regina, Saskatchewan, and drove through Saskatchewan, through Alberta, into BC, and then flew back here from Calgary to Toronto. Anyways, it was a lot of flying, a lot of driving. My biggest fear was planes. Not flying, but fitting in the seats of the planes. And, my husband tried to assure me, I fit into his pants. He's a size 32, I guess, 32, 34 pants, and I fit into his pants. He's like, so, if I fit in the seats, you are going to fit the seats. Like, don't even worry about that. But there was still that inner fat girl in me who was afraid. And I was afraid of the embarrassment, and I was afraid of walking up and down the aisles and like my hips hitting people in the shoulders, and I was afraid of the bathroom if I had to go to the bathroom. But all of those things, I did it. I walked up and down the aisles. I used the restroom on the plane. It was tiny, and it wasn't a problem, and I sat in my seat, and I didn't spill over onto the person next to me, and the seatbelt fit, and I could tighten it, and I didn't need an extender, and, I sat in the middle seat even, and I was shocked, even though I think my brain knew that it would be fine, that inside fat girl still wondered. My boss commented on how little I eat. That was a little nerve-wracking, and I told him about the surgery and why I eat so little, and I think he was curious about it, and all that kind of stuff, but I think it made sense after the discussion as to why I don't eat very much. And he was very helpful with if you wanted to go somewhere to eat, be like, is there anything there you can eat? And I was like, oh yeah, I'm fine, like, don't even worry about me. And it worked out, and it was great. I mean, this week I'm exhausted. I'm finding it hard to bounce back just because when we flew out west, we gained a whole lot of hours. We flew out the day after the time changed here, so after we lost our daylight savings time. So we gained an hour here, flew out, gained another hour, drove the next day, gained another hour. So my internal clock was just all screwy. So I was waking up in the morning at like 4:30 a.m., because my body thought it was like 6:30 a.m. this time, and it was just screwy. So it's taken me a week just to sort of get over that. And I think a lot of that reason I'm so tired as well is the doctor thinks my B12 is low. I went for my annual physical last week, and this is just a heads up, guys, that once we have RNY and the malabsorption and all that kind of stuff, it's very common for us for our B12 to go low and our iron. And I've been noticing lately that my memory is bad. I used to have a memory just, I could remember license plate numbers just in passing. So if like a friend pulled in the driveway, I just happened to notice their license plate number. And then if I'd see the license plate number on the road, I knew it was them. Or I used to work in a car dealership where it was my responsibility to get license plates for people. So when they bought a new car, it was my responsibility to buy their license plates and do all that paperwork. And I could recognize them on the street. So after doing their license plates, years and years and years later, I'd see a plate number and realize, oh yeah, I got that license plate for them. So just silliness. Like, I had a really good memory. I could remember my bank card numbers, my driver's license numbers, my social insurance numbers, my kids' health card numbers. I just had this stupid memory. I could remember anything. And now I can't remember conversations from 2 hours ago. And it's really starting to frustrate me. So I'm noticing this definite difference in my ability to remember things. Even pulling out words. I even find doing these videos that I'm having a hard time finding words, and that's getting frustrating as well, because that's never ever happened before. So I was at the doctor for my annual physical, and I mentioned to her, like, my memory is gone. I have no idea why. And so she's going to send me for some blood work to do my B12 and my iron, and she thinks that hopefully it's that simple and that's the cause. And it's a shot once a month that I'll have to go in, and because she said orally obviously is not going to do anything because we don't absorb it like we used to. So in order to get the full benefit out of the B12, I have to get a shot once a month. And I had a tetanus shot on Monday of last week. Today is Sunday of the following week, and my arm still hurts. I don't understand why. Like, I could lift my arm today to about there without feeling it, but what? Like, why does my arm hurt for a week? You know, I'm definitely not healing like I used to with the memory issues, and so there's some stuff going on that has to be investigated. So, but that's, what, April, May, June. When did I have it? See, I don't even remember when I had my surgery. May. June, July, August, September, October, November. Yeah, so I'm a full 2.5 years post-op RNY, so, I mean, now I'm bound to have some issues. And so it begins. So, you know, it's not all sunshine and roses, guys. I've said that before, and curveballs happen, and I think I'm starting into some curveballs. But, I mean, I wouldn't trade this for anything. You know, I would much rather deal with the issues that I'm about to deal with than the morbid obesity. You know, I'm climbing up onto trains now, and it's funny because I have to, the company I work for does, it's remote camp catering, basically. So we do food service and lodging service on the railroad for the CN and CP workers. So when the CN and CP workers are out maintaining tracks and welding and all that kind of stuff, they need places to stay. My company provides that. So they pull our rail cars, our boarding cars, with them, and I have a chef on board. I've got 2 chefs on board. I've got cleaning crew, maintenance people. So I have to go out and visit them every once in a while. So last week we went out so that the chef could cook us breakfast, me and the president of the company. So we went out because they're close. Usually they're very remote, like not even road access. So you know, it just so happened that CN pulled them close to here because they're doing some work in this neighborhood, in this neck of the woods. So my boss said, let's go out there. So we went out there, and I'm looking at this train and the ladder that I'm expected to climb to get up into the boarding cars, and my inner fat girl is telling me, no way, Trudy. Just no way. And the only way that I can shut up that inner fat girl is to prove her wrong, because if I let her rule what I do, I'll never do anything. Because she's still in there. She's still telling me I can't do the things that I want to do, even though physically now I can do it. So I did it. I climbed up into these rail cars. The trickier part was climbing down. I'm a little nervous about that. But, you know, bottom line is my weight doesn't dictate what I do anymore. And that inner fat girl, the only way I can shut her up is to prove her wrong. So, anyway, it's almost 10 minutes here, guys. I'm going to go. Lots of love to all. Santa Claus Parade today. I will be watching it on TV. So exciting. And I'll be back soon. Okay, bye, guys.